What's up, guys? This is Adam with another video on Tech Like a Boss. Thanks for being here. Today we are talking about iTunes and how you can back up your device without having to worry about iCloud storage and paying Apple for a ridiculous amount of storage when you can do all of that and back up all of your pictures, phone settings, all of your contacts, everything straight from your PC or Mac with iTunes. So we're going to get into that and some tips and tricks on how to use iTunes effectively. First of all, you got to download iTunes and install it. Find that at itunes.com or apple.com. I'll leave the link in the description there. You'll see the desktop icon appear once it's installed. So what I'm going to do is open iTunes. Apple, by default, only gives you 5 gigabytes of free iCloud space, which is ridiculous considering you can get much more through several other third-party companies like Mega, like Google, but Apple's very stingy and they want as much money as they can. So if you want to pay the 99 cents for 20 gigs or something like that, you can do that or more if you want. Or you can simply back it up to your computer whenever you want. I got iTunes open. I'm going to go ahead and plug up my iPhone 12. When it first gets plugged up, you have to unlock it. It'll ask you if you want to trust the device that you are plugging up. Of course, you want to click yes on the trust, and then if it doesn't ask you whether or not you want to trust this device, and it just asks you something like, do you want this device to access your photos, that means you do not have the proper drivers installed, and something is wrong with your iTunes installation. You need to reinstall iTunes to get that fixed. Once I plug it up, click trust. It's also going to ask me if I want to update here. Obviously, I don't care about iOS 15 right now. So here's my phone. When you first plug in a phone, you're going to have this start syncing immediately and start backing up. Now, you might want that, you might not. Personally, I do not want that. I want it to back up when I tell it to back up, and that's it. So this option to automatically sync when this iPhone is connected, I leave that turned off so that when I first open iTunes, it's not going ahead and doing all its craziness. I am telling it to come in here and back up. Now, if you don't want to do that and you want it to automatically back up and you want it to be more automated, more seamless, then just leave that box checked right there. And then every time you plug in your phone and iTunes loads up, it'll go ahead and do a backup for you. This is where you back up your device, the first page here, and it's under backups, automatically backup, and it says iCloud or this computer. Now, currently it's set to this or iCloud, but you can change that to this computer. And if you decide to back up on your computer, you'll want to tap this button that says Encrypt Local Backup. Now, I'm going to go ahead and leave this unchecked because I'm going to show you what it does after it backs up if you don't encrypt and explain all the ramifications of that here shortly. But you encrypt it with a password, verify the password, and then set it. Now, because I'm not doing anything automatic right now, all you do is you click Backup Now. If this phone was messed up, I could just click Restore Backup, and I could restore it to a backup that I had made at an earlier time. So you click Backup Now, you'll see backing up at the top start, and then it'll ask you again, do you want to encrypt this? Yes, you need to encrypt it, okay? Again, I'm not going to do it here because I'm going to show you what it does if you don't. So no, I'm not going to encrypt it right now. And now it's going to tell me it's backing up at the top. Okay, so that's done. So now the backup is on my PC. It took up about 50 gigabytes. So that 50 gigabytes, if I were to try and do that on iCloud and back up all that data, let's just look at how much it would cost. So let's look at iCloud storage price. And here we go. All right, here we are. So here's the pricing. United States. So 50 gigs will cost you $1 a month. 200 gigs will cost you $3 a month. And then 2 terabytes would cost you $10 a month. Now, that's not a lot, right? Especially if you live in America, that's not a whole lot. But look at some of the prices for Brazil, for Chile, for Mexico. Now, of course, if you compare that to the dollar and all that, you got to do all that, right? But still, it's money, okay? And it's money that you don't want to necessarily spend. I mean, just with my little device alone, I'm going to have to get the 200 gig plan and be paying $3 a month, which is, of course, $36 a year. It's like, oh, $36 a year, that's nothing. Yeah, well, I could save $36 and not have to spend it And not only that, but I don't have to rely on a third party holding all of my information. I can hold it myself. I choose to keep it on my device instead of paying for Apple. I backed it up. It's on the computer now, and I didn't encrypt it. So what can I do with this backup? If my phone gets messed up, or if I get a new phone, then I can simply do restore backup right here. With the Find My iPhone turned off, it will put all that info that you just backed up back on the device. Same way with Restore iPhone up here at the top. That's one thing that you can do with that backup. Another thing that you can do is you can save it in a location that is secure. If you want to save it on an external device or something like that, you can do that. Now, I want to show you a little trick here with your backup. We can actually go and find the backup. It's in your File Explorer, and this is for Windows, of course. Your C drive, users, the user that you just signed in on. You want to go to App Data. If you cannot see App Data, click View at the top, click Hidden Items, and then you can click App Data, Roaming, Apple Computer, Mobile Sync, Backup. And then look at the date modified right here. This is the backup that I just created today, just a moment ago. All right. Now, what can I do with this? I can copy this, I can move it somewhere, I can store it and save it, but you have to copy this whole folder. Don't rename anything. And then from there, the next time you want to restore a phone to this backup, all you have to do is make sure that this folder is in the same file structure on whatever computer that you want to restore it from, and it'll work. Earlier I said you want to encrypt these. What happens if you don't encrypt them? Let's open up this backup. And you see all the folder structure here. Let's just go ahead and in the search for all files. And then let's order them by size. And scroll down here. All right. Now, you see these files? These are all the files that the backup just took. What's important about encrypting these files? If you don't, this is what can happen. Somebody can steal your machine, they can find this backup, and then they can open the file. Look at that. See the picture? It just showed up because I changed the extension on it. Because it's not encrypted. They can change just simply the extension or open it in a smart program, and just like that, they have all of your data. They can open it in a backup extraction software and have all your data. See all that? So that's why it's so important to encrypt, because if they try to extract this data when your backup is encrypted, they have to put in the password first. Otherwise, all they have to do is know where it is on the computer, and then it can be taken if your machine's taken. So remember that when you back up from iTunes, encrypt them. You say, okay, so I copied everything to the computer, but that doesn't help me. I want to actually have my photos on the computer itself. Well, that's a different process. It's very simple. So I'm going to unplug and plug my phone back in real quick. And now go to the File Explorer again, and you should see an iPhone. Yep, here it is, Apple iPhone. And then it'll open up a file structure, internal storage. There we go, DCIM, and then you got the folders there for all of your pictures and all of your video. So if you want to put all of that on your computer, you open up each folder, and then you copy these files and drag them into a different folder on the computer. And that will back up all of your media to your PC. Again, for free. So you got the full backup of the phone, and if you want to just pull the pictures over, that's how you do that. All of that to be able to save from relying on Apple and paying Apple for that service. Now, of course, the only caveat to that is that you have to have enough space on your hard drive to be able to back up and then to be able to store your pictures. So right now on this one, I have 102 gigs free, so I had enough, and that was fine. If you don't, then you have to free up some space or find a hard drive that obviously is bigger. That is how you use iTunes to back up your phone, to save the money, and the relying on Apple for all of your precious memories and all of your encrypted data from your phone. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and click the like button. Subscribe for more. Thanks for being here. This has been Adam with Tech Like a Boss. And if you want to check out how to download any YouTube video, whether it just be the audio or the video, check out this video right here. You're going to enjoy it, and it'll help you to be able to accomplish that easy and free. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. See you in the next one.